Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's me, Isaiah, and you're in the zone again. And yes, it's very nice outside. And I got air! Yay! Actually, it's just the wind from outside. My air still sucks, but that's another long story. And yes, I'm still on vacation, but I have to talk about this one awesome and pretty much a masterpiece of science fiction work here, which is Snowpiercer. I hope I said it correctly. And no, no one gets pierced in Snow getting pierced on this show. I don't know where that was coming from, but that's a terrible joke. Anyways, Snowpiercer. Little backstory on this one. Snowpiercer is actually based on a graphic Korean novel. And how long was it? Let me look for a quick second. Internet's going slow. It's nothing new. Okie dokie. Blah 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 blah. Science fiction based on a new. Okay, it was a French, sorry, not Korean. It was based on a French novel, Transparency. What? Hold up. Don't take me wild, folks. That's so fucking hard to say. Yeah, that word. Transparency. Anyways, yes. And this novel was actually dates around in the 80s. So it's like an updated version to it. But getting back to the movie. This movie here is something I want in science fiction movies. Something that's actually challenging to watch, but at the same time, you're enjoying every time away. You get some funny moments in the film. It's very brief, but it's really cool funny moments. The acting is beyond amazing. Chris Evans, he does an amazing job. It's like, damn, Chris Evans? I thought you was Captain America, but now you're just kicking ass over here, dude. Amazing. Chris Evans just steals the show. But he does it with another amazing cast. Song Kang-ho, that's his name. He's Korean. I'm sorry, folks. I cannot say Korean thing correctly. Anyways, he plays Misu. Muse. Hold up. Minsu. Thank you, Minsu. He's another awesome. He's like a main character as well, but he's really awesome. His character is cool. Yes, you don't really understand what the fuck he's talking about because when I was watching it, I had no subtitles. Thanks a lot, assholes. But it was still good. His acting was still great. His facial expressions were great. Everything about this actor I loved about it. Even for Chris Evans, he just kept blowing it out the water. And you have other amazing characters. Olivia Spencer's in it. Who else? Ed Harris is in it. Jamie Bale is in it. John Hurt's in it. And some other more people who I can't really say their names at the time moment. But there's a lot of good characters. I loved every minute of it. Oh, and Go Eun Sung. She plays hold on, give me a second. Yuna. And she was awesome too. I love Yuna. And you got some really interesting bad villains. I mean, really good, interesting, badass villains. Like Franco, Egghead. I know that's the real name. And so much more. But the funny thing behind it is, it's gory, but at the same time, it's like a beautiful art at hand here. Because the director did an amazing job on keeping our eyes on the focus on the characters. Not the violence, not the crazy outdoors, which they're in right now. Well, not really outdoors, but they're in a train, which I'll explain later. And not this whole crazy, horrific things, but focus on the characters the most, and focus what they're going through. And when you hear their backstory, it's like, yes, it's exposition, but it's not bad. It's actually perfect exposition. That's a subtle moment that Chris Evans tells the viewers what Curtis was. Back in the day when he was not like a leader, he was I'm not gonna spoil the whole movie, but he was like a different kind of person. But when he tells the story, you see Chris Evans pretty much breaking down. He's crying. He's doing all the great works of an actor, and that's why I appreciate about this actor. He gets so much into character that you're just like, damn. You just keep watching. You don't. For me, I didn't really say a word until you get to the action scenes. I was gonna say, oh shit, oh. I mean, seriously, this is like some action I've seen like millions of times throughout films. But when this movie does it, it feels realistic. It doesn't feel hackneyed. There's no CGI unless you count the outside. Again, this train's running around the world. Snowpiercer, that is. And I think that's what it's called. Anyways, it goes around the world every year. And the special effects for the train and the outdoor environments was beautiful. I loved it how it was. It had some very colorful too. It was very colorful for bland colors. It was only snow, ice, rock, and you saw a lot of metal, which was the train. But it was so beautiful that it told an interesting story, like how long this train's been going on the tracks, how long the Earth has pretty much been frozen. It's been centuries. I mean, not centuries, but yeah, you can say centuries, because global warming actually took a bigger effect on here. Like nuclear winter, put it like that, where everything, the whole Earth is covered in ice and snow. And that's not really spoiling because it actually says it in the promos and the trailers. But how it tells the story, like for the backdrop of it, the strange thing about it is the environments plays a bigger part in this whole movie. It's actually the main character because the people go through a lot of struggles, go through a lot of pain due to what happened to Earth itself. And so an inventor invented a train. But how he put it, the train and the people was so the rich versus the poor, that's not funny. And so it was like, damn, wow. Because it didn't feel like it was off base. It didn't feel like it was all hackneyed. It didn't feel like it was cheesy. It did feel like it was a realistic thing that could happen in the future. And that was something I was really taken away from because we have global climate change is a big issue in America, or pretty much around the world. And the rich versus the poor has been going on for centuries. So actually watching this movie, putting all those two big subjects together and telling a beautiful story, bravo. Because when you watch the villains themselves, you pretty much feel so much hatred for the villains. Not the actors or actresses, but you like them even more. But it's the characters behind them. You can say they're rich folks who are pretty much have no moral basis and pretty much cold-hearted, which is true. Until you found it was rich, I'm not going to spoil who it was, but you're like, damn, really? Really? I didn't see that coming. Like, seriously, I read the Wikipedia pages, but trust me, when you see it on screen, you barely see it kind of like, what the fuck? What was this? What? Pretty much, the revelations behind every revelation is just, wow. It's like, my God, the Body Snatchers mixed with, Evergreens. Hope I said it right. Where the guy says the food is people. But it's nothing like this in this situation, but it's really close to it. And oh my God, it was just so much detail, so much side stories mixed with more side stories. Because the side stories was not really the people; it was still the train, which was so amazing behind it. And the people who are actually watching this movie say, "Wait a minute." So the train is pretty much the main arc, and these characters here are the side stories. Which is true. In its most honest way, it can go both ways. The train can be a side story, or the train can be the main story. But how you look at it is what you think of it. And this is what I like about this movie the most. It challenges you. It challenges the mind and the viewers. Think like, what if it actually did happen? What if the poor was even worse than today? Where the rich would pretty much just took over like, oh, who gives a fuck? Which is true. Like, when you see these people, who was at the head of the train, it's like, damn, really, you can't get no Obamacare back here. What the fuck? So it was really funny and really sad too. It tells an interesting story as well. And then we went to a really funny piece, but a really like holy shit moment. It was I'm not going to spoil it, but it happens where our heroes meet up with another character who was very cool too, but at the same time. When she was talking, it was very encrypted as well. It was like she was doing this propaganda speech and blah, blah, blah. But when you start listening to what she's saying, it turns into more interesting detail about the story itself. Like, okay, that's really fucked up. And then we had a big revelation where our main hero, Curtis, finally figured out the whole thing, the whole big, the heart, what made this train go is like, damn. And you see the parents, it's like District 9, well, like the Hunger Games moment, but this here is 10 times better than 10 times better than Hunger Games because it shows that people are actually really in struggle. It shows you that struggle. It shows you that people who are actually going through pain, they show it. They actually know what they're doing. It's not poorly directed. It's amazing. Yes, Catching Fire was great, but this movie here was just. And it reminded me of District 9, but there was no aliens, which was good by me, like 100% good. But it was also a really interesting concept when I said District 9, because the aliens were pretty much the poor people mixed with the other poor people. And you see how the people of, I think it was Brazil, I think it was somewhere in South America, how they treat them so poorly, and they become a big revolution behind it, or revolution really. It's like, wow. It's like the French Revolution right here, but I can't tell you the whole big story. But when you watch every nooks and crannies, it's like, damn. Oh no! Fuck, son, no! And no! And you suck! Because you're going through all multiple feelings. You're going to go through laughter, pain, and pretty much sadness. But also at the end of the film was so beautiful that it made me feel joyful. Because it had a really sweet and pretty much interesting ending. And I can't tell what it is, but it tells you a bigger meaning behind everything else. And yes, you say it's a propaganda movie as well, like, oh, we're talking about the environment, blah, blah, blah. Well, yes, they're pretty much important to all of us. So pay attention. And again, I gotta really take my hat off to Chris Evans again. Without Chris Evans' acting ability being so strong, half of the characters who are already good enough will pretty much be misguided in how they're supposed to feel, how they're supposed to be, because Chris Evans is like an orchestra, or he's like a conductor to an orchestra. So if his acting wasn't good, this movie was gonna be falter all over the place. But his acting was very strong. He kept everyone on point. Why? Not really why, but how? His character is pretty much is rough and tough character, but has a really dark past. Yes, you might have heard this before, but if you actually hear what he's talking about, if you actually see what he goes through, why he's doing it, it's really, I can't tell you what this other subject within this movie is about, because it's going to spoil the whole damn movie. But once you see it, you're actually like, damn, it's just like XXX. So again, it was like, whew. Again, I can't. I mean, Chris Evans did a great job. Olivia Spencer did a great job. John, Hurd, everyone, even the Korean. I mean, yes, the Korean actors were already great enough, right? But it was so interesting to watch those characters interact with Chris Evans' crew and himself. That got more interesting, told a more better story. And when you go to different carts within the train, it tells an even bigger story. Like, damn, it's like Dante's Inferno a little bit, minus the fire and the devil and the whole God and everything else complex. But it was just like Dante's Inferno. You see our heroes going through all this pain, all this trials and tribulations, just to get to that main objective. Taking on the fucking train. Oh, I didn't spoil it. It actually said in the fucking trailer too. But it was still great. How they plan it is like a heist. Matter of fact, let me put it like this. This movie is like the heist. It's like a heist film, like Ocean's 11. It's like District 9 minus the aliens. It's like what else? Shit. It's like Wall-E without robots. It's like what else? Shit. Dante's Inferno minus the devils and everything else. And what else did it remind me of? It reminded me of another Evergreens and Rage and the Body Snatchers. Oh my God, there's so much more. The Crazies. So much great shit. You have to watch this movie, folks. I can pretty much safely say that next to Captain America: Winter Soldier and Raid 2, this movie here is by far the best movie of 2014 and best sci-fi movie of all time, because we haven't really seen a really good science fiction film in a long time now. But now we've seen this movie. It's like, damn, what did he do to that? Where can we get some more of that? We want some more sci-fi like this. We want more like, not sci-fi that's always dark and gritty, but tell me something like interesting story, interesting characters. No matter if it's a comedy sci-fi, a drama sci-fi, or whatever. Tell me a good story. Not that bullshit that you see in Transformers, Edge of Tomorrow, which is a big fucking ripoff of Groundhog Day. But it's based on that mountain guy, blah, blah, blah. It's just like Groundhog Day. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Anyways, don't believe none of these people out here saying like, oh, you should watch Edge of Tomorrow. Don't believe them. They're fucking liars too, by the way, because they haven't seen a real science fictional film. This was a real science fictional film, like the back in the black and white days, 80s and 90s, early 2000s, and all of these even good science fiction films nowadays. There's only so small of them, but thanks to Snowpiercer, sorry, we might see some more good science fiction films come the way, like Guardians of the Galaxy. What else? Planet of the Apes, and which I'm gonna watch those two movies. They're gonna be great. Avengers. Yeah, this is a sci-fi movie. Shut up. It's just so much more I have to go through. And Hunger Games again. That's a sci-fi movie as well, but it's based on a book, but everything else. Blah, blah, blah. So, you want a rating of it? Do you really want to know my rating? You already know what it is. It's pretty much a must-watch. Hands down, it's a must-watch. There's no competition to this movie at all. Like, because when you watch the characters, when you listen to the stories and the dialogue of the characters and the badass villains, it's a funny-ass villain, too, at the end, because he's being an asshole to the main characters. Well, main character is. And it was really interesting, too. And we see a big revelation behind what makes this train go and what they're doing to the poor people. You're like, brain matter all over the fucking walls, because it was like, damn, son. Wow. Amazing shit. Chris Evans did a great job. Everyone else, supporting cast and crews, did a great, amazing job. And the action scenes were like, damn, oh god. But it kept getting more fresher, more unique behind it. Because it was not just like, oh, we're just going blah, 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 blah. No, we're going to strategize, we're going to think. Because the poor people was not stupid by any means. Nor was the rich folks. Because everyone had pretty much, it was like playing chess. It was really interesting chess game to the very end. So again, it's an amazing movie. The best movie 2014. The best sci-fi movie 2014. Pretty much amazing film. Bravo. Okay. Well, folks, I already set my review for it. Now, let me get back to vacation. What else was I going to say? Alright, let me thank my sponsors and get the hell out of here and enjoy my lunch and play more Strider. Yeah. And wait for Disney beta. Yeah. Anyways, let me thank my sponsors, which is Geeks and Arounds, graphic novels. Yes. Movie spoilers, Spartan Town, Charles 2 Cents videos, which he talks about any interesting topics that's on his mind. He gives you his opinion or 2 cents. He's just like me, but he's a little bit more nicer than me. Which is true. Andy's podcast show, which is the Helicarrier Podcast, and the Flash Podcast show. Check him out. He's amazing. He has the connections to all your comic book movie needs and shows to that factor. Because he likes Arrow. But he's a great guy. Check him out. OhSoEccentric. Check out her Tumblr page. Check out her YouTube page. But most of her Tumblr page is really awesome. She has really interesting photos and pictures of really, you have to really look at it because it's really breathtaking for me. You might think it's breathtaking as well. What else? Folks Like Us, that's a great community site on Google+. Oh yes, do sign up for the Wolfpack Young Turks Wolfpack petition. Sign that up because we're gonna get money out of politics. You need to get out now. You check out all the other interesting shows I have on my YouTube page, which is other things. And this will be 123 episodes of me on camera. Woo! I know, right? I made 133 videos. Oh. Okay, I should stop now. I'm not. And also, folks, also, do remember, I am not a good comedian. I am an awful comedian. I tell awful jokes. And my jokes are not funny. When people laugh at them, I somewhat have to question them. Like, are you sure what's going on? But anyways, folks, I'm sorry for gambling on, giving a jab in my jowls. It's time for me to go. Alright, you already know about my sponsors. You already know about me. It's time for me to get the hell out of here. And also, folks, do keep it locked, loaded, and very warm for me. Or in this case, very cold for me. Because I'll be back.